Shalom, everyone who's watching me right about now. I have a very powerful word of direction for someone who's listening to me right about now. Some of you could be confused. Some of you could be frightened. You could be scared. But I want you to know, do not fear. Do not be afraid of your enemies. Do not be afraid of that situation. Do not be afraid what people say about you. Brothers and sisters, the word for today is be careful. The enemy has set up traps ahead of you. Be very, very careful. Be prudent, in other words. Use the wisdom that God has given you. Brothers and sisters, some of you are living in places where you are surrounded by your enemies. Some of you have to deal with enemies on a daily basis. As you go to work, people insult you. People abuse you. People say all sorts of words that have hurt you. Some of them, actually, they may say good words, but in other words, they are enemies. Some of them come as friends. Some of them come as friends, actually. They come as relatives. They come as a family. And yet they have set up traps for you. Scripture says that the thief only comes to steal, kill, and destroy. A thief can come as a friend. Look at Judas Iscariot. When all the disciples thought that he was a friend of Jesus, when all the disciples thought that Judas Iscariot was on the same page with them, was in the same ministry with them, Jesus knew who Judas was. Jesus knew whose betrayer would be. Are you able to identify your betrayer? With a kiss, the betrayer was able to identify Jesus. Some of you, your betrayers have identified you with maybe a handshake, and they have sold you off to the enemy. Be very careful who you walk with. Scripture says, can two walk together unless they agree? Who is it that you have agreed with? Who is it that you have dinner with? Who is it that you have conversation with, late conversations with? Who is it that takes up your time? Study the people you work with. Observe the people you interact with on a daily basis. Observe them. Each friend that you get or each friend that you have, evaluate them. Are they adding value to you? Are they adding something to you, or they are subtracting? Are they the kind of people that cause problems to you, or they're the kind of people that will help you out when you're in problem? Are they the people that give you godly advice, or they're the people that give you worldly advice? Be very careful. Don't be around people that always gossip. All they have to talk about is things that will never add value to you. Be very careful. Those things are traps. Their information is traps. They're introducing you into new ideas that will destroy your life. Be very careful. Be prudent. Don't adopt behaviors that will bring you down. I want to read to you a scripture that is in the book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 12 to 16. I repeat, Exodus 34, 12 to 16. And it reads, take heed to yourself, lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land where you are going, lest it be a snare in your midst. But you shall destroy their altars, break their sacred pillars, and cut down their wooden images. For you shall worship no other God. For the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they play the harlot with their gods, and make sacrifice to their gods, and one of them invites you, and you eat of his sacrifice, and you take of his daughters for your sons, and his daughters play the harlot with their gods, and make your sons play the harlot with their gods. This is a very powerful scripture that God instructed the children of Israel on the things they ought to do and the things they are not supposed to do. Brothers and sisters, the scripture says, take heed to yourself lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land who you are going, lest it be a snare in your midst. Be very careful of making covenants with people, of swearing with people, of making agreements with people that you just find on the street, that you just find where someone connects you to another person. Be very careful. Don't make agreements with them. Even if they invite you, be very careful of the food you eat. When they invite you to eat food, pray before you eat. Be very careful, my brothers and sisters, because we are living in dangerous times. Times where people have diabolic mindsets, hearts. My brothers and sisters, this is the end of this message. I hope it has blessed you. I hope it has encouraged you. Remember to leave your comments right in the comment section. Share this gospel with someone. Let someone know of this powerful good news. You can find out details that pertain me in my about section. There you'll find my PayPal account. There you'll find my Facebook. You'll find my email address. You'll find my Instagram, and you'll find a lot of information that pertains me. Until next time, God bless you.